We mourn fewer people today because of your brave actions. Everyone was helping each other, one witness said. It wasn't about black or white.
Farewell to the fallen. Today, the first of the North Texas finest officers will be laid to rest. How family and friends can pay their final respects to the men President Obama hailed as heroes.
The survivors speak. Two officers who ran toward, not away from gunfire, talk about their harrowing experience. We're standing Dallas strong today, Wednesday, July 13th, 2016.
This is CBS 11 News at 4:30. The Ones for Texas.
Good morning. Thanks for waking up with us. I'm Russ McCaskey.
And I'm Karen Borda. It's just about 4:31. Time for a check of weather and traffic on the Ones.
And we're going to begin with meteorologist Lisa Villegas, who has the hour-by-hour forecast. Muggy out there to start today.
Yeah, the humidity's increased a little bit as well, and the wind speed's still in the forecast right now. So a little breezy, especially in Tarrant County. Check out the wind speed sustain up to around 22 miles per hour in Keller, 26 Fort Worth, 20 Burleson. Calm right now in Irving and also expanding into parts of Dallas, but you're going to feel that breeze here and there pretty much throughout the rest of the morning. And I'm going to show you that 7-day forecast coming up in about 10 minutes. But first, let's send things over to Chelsea Davis with a look at what we can expect this morning. Hey, Chelsea.
Hey, good morning, Lisa. We're dealing with construction. 35W in Pappert. We're looking at minor delays there as the left lane is blocked for some road work. And then as we take a closer look to Tarrant County, things are looking okay for 820 earlier this morning. We saw a delay on the eastbound lanes before you get to 35W. I-30 eastbound before you get to downtown. Minor slowdown. I'm looking into that for you. No accident reported there. 377 northbound approaching Benbrook. We're also tracking delays. As far as Dallas County goes, the only slowdown is 35E northbound at 635 for construction. Collin and Denton counties are clear. Back to you guys.
Chelsea, thank you. Happening today, a final farewell to 3 of the Dallas officers killed during a violent ambush downtown. CBS 11's Dan Haggerty is live in Farmers Branch, where one of those funerals will take place this morning. Dan.
Good morning, and officers have been guarding the church doors here overnight since a viewing Tuesday for Dallas Police Sergeant Michael Smith. Hard to believe that a funeral would need 24-hour security, but that is simply what we're dealing with out here at Mary Immaculate Church on Valwood Parkway in Farmers Branch. This is Sergeant Smith's family church. His wife teaches 4th grade here. His kids go to school here. His oldest daughter recently graduated the 8th grade. The funeral will begin today at 10 a.m. His public memorial service will be tomorrow at Watermark Church in Dallas at noon. 2 more officers being laid to rest today. DART officer Brent Thompson at Potter House in Dallas, the first ever Dallas transit officer to be killed in the line of duty. His funeral will be at 10 o'clock this morning. Also, Dallas Police Senior Corporal Lauren Ahrens will be remembered in Plano at Prestonwood Baptist Church. Also, a husband and father. His funeral will be at 11 o'clock this morning. The remaining officers will have funerals on Friday and Saturday. DPD officers Michael Kroll and Patrick Zamarripa. Of course, most of what we've been saying about these officers have been in the headlines. We're going to talk a little bit more about the people who they were. That's at 5 o'clock. Reporting live, Dan Haggerty, CBS 11 News.
All right, Dan, thank you very much. Texas Roadhouse is partnering with the public for a fundraiser for the Assist the Officer Foundation. 10% of all proceeds, dinner proceeds tonight, will be donated to the organization. All restaurants in the North Texas area will be participating. To find the closest one to you, just visit our page at cbsdfw.com.
Well, for the first time, 2 officers who ran towards the sound of gunfire are talking about their experiences.
CBS 11's Jennifer Lindgren's live at El Centro College, where those officers saved really dozens of lives. Jen.
That's exactly right, Karen. Brian Shaw and John Abbott work at the police force here at El Centro College, and on Thursday night, their chief had them stationed inside the building before the protest moved by, long before the gunfire shattered those doors. Corporal Detective Brian Shaw and Officer John Abbott heard the sounds of gunshots, then ran toward them. Those shots then came in their direction. Officer Abbott was cut by flying glass and Corporal Shaw hit by a bullet. Neither stopped working. Instead, they evacuated the building and ran toward a fallen officer. The officers say there was no time to be afraid.
It's just we got a job to do. We're all police. Let's go get it. Let's go get it done.
Bullets went underneath Corporal Detective Brian Shaw's vest and grazed him in the stomach. Coming up at 5, we're going to hear from him. Also hear why he waited 5 or 6 hours before seeking any medical help. Live in downtown Dallas, Jennifer Lindgren, CBS 11 News.
All right, Jen, thank you. Images of the shooter's gun have emerged, and there are questions about how he got it and whether it was legal.
J.D. Miles has been looking into these questions about the origins and firepower of the rifle.
Ever since the first images and sounds emerged from last week's attack on police in downtown Dallas, gun experts have been distraught, but also determined to learn more about the firearm used in the deadly ambush.
I've watched a lot of the videos. I think there's a lot of anger that somebody would do something like that. There always is.
John Manowitz of Target Master in Garland has looked at a photo of the long gun and believes it's an AK-74 or Sega.
It's mostly a sport firearm.
From the photo taken at the crime scene, which sources tell us is accurate, Manowitz says it's impossible to tell whether the rifle was fully automatic. But federal authorities are investigating whether it could have been modified to fire an extremely high number of bullets per minute.
Listening to the audio feed from the different videos that are on the internet, I have to say that no, it was a semi-automatic rifle. It's just some guy pulling trigger quickly.
It's been reported that the shooter had military firearms training that would be necessary to fire such a powerful gun, as experts showed me.
So whenever you're ready, when that picture just squeeze the trigger once. There you go.
If you're a proficient shooter and you have training, which this guy did, and you have the element of surprise, and you have position, and you have a rifle, any rifle, you could do a lot of damage.
That was J.D. Miles reporting. It's believed that the sniper used steel-jacketed bullets because witnesses reported seeing sparks on the ground. Those will pierce a lot of bulletproof vests worn by law enforcement. We invite you to stay with CBS 11 News as we continue our investigation into the Dallas officer ambush. We'll have up-to-the-minute developments on air and online at cbsdfw.com.
Turning to campaign 2016 news, Donald Trump will announce his running mate on Friday. This comes as Trump comes under fire by the NAACP. The organization says the Republican presidential candidate rejected an invitation to speak at the group's upcoming convention in Ohio. No word this morning why he turned it down, but the NAACP convention coincides with the dates of the Republican National Convention. Trump's absence would break the recent tradition of both major party nominees speaking to the convention. Hillary Clinton is slated to address NAACP members on Monday. Governor Greg Abbott will miss next week's RNC convention. He underwent a skin graft yesterday. That's after he suffered second and third degree burns in an accident with hot water last week. Abbott was expected to head the convention's Texas delegation, but doctors have said he should not travel.
Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton set to deliver remarks about unity in Illinois today. It'll take place from the same location of Abraham Lincoln's famous House Divided speech. The address comes just a day after Clinton won the endorsement of former rival Bernie Sanders. The Democratic National Convention is less than 2 weeks out now, and we're learning that Senator Elizabeth Warren landed one of the prime speaking spots. People familiar with the scheduling say that Warren has been invited to be the marquee speaker for the first night of the convention. The Massachusetts senator is reportedly being considered to be Hillary Clinton's running mate. We have some breaking news into the CBS 11 studios involving a deadly train accident in southern Italy.
Jason Allen's at our Live Eye desk with the latest on this horrific crash. Jason.
Yeah, so the latest coming out of Italy this morning is that the death toll there in that train crash is now up to 27. This is the crash that happened yesterday. It was on a single track. 2 trains hit head on. And the rescue crews are still out there searching this morning. They're so badly damaged, they're having to just make piles of some of the rubble and debris there. And every once in a while, the news is saying this morning, the reports out of Italy, they will find another body. So they are still recovering some of the dead there from that crash. And only today are they going to be able to begin the process of identifying some of those killed in that deadly train crash. Russ.
Jason, thanks. Happening today, the man accused of a deadly shooting at a tire shop is expected in court. A discovery hearing is scheduled for Anthony Torres. That's when lawyers in the case will learn what kind of evidence the other side has. U.S. Marshals arrested Torres in February, more than a month after that December shooting. Police suspected that he was targeting Muslims.
A mother accused in the death of her child is expected in court this morning. Arlington police arrested Valencia Freeman in 2015. They say she crashed her car into a utility pole on South Collins in Arlington, and it killed her 5-year-old daughter. She faces intoxication manslaughter charges. Several other people were inside the car at the time. Investigators say Freeman was speeding and drunk at the time of the crash.
West Nile mosquito spraying continues overnight in Coppell, Farmers Branch, Fort Worth, and Louisville. This is all pending weather conditions, but you are asked to stay inside and bring your pets indoors after 9 o'clock while crews spray the affected areas. Spraying starts at 9 p.m.
American Airlines is about to make more money from credit cards. Renewed deals with Citi and Barclays will bring in $1.5 billion in the next 3 years. American will continue to offer Citi reward cards online and in the mail, and the airline will promote Barclays cards on flights.
Workers have managed to stop a sewage spill in Plano. Now they're working to clean up the mess. About 250,000 gallons spilled out of a sewer main on Preston Road near Children's Medical Center. Most of it went into White Rock Creek. The North Texas Municipal Water District says that a contractor broke the pipe.
Time now, almost 4:41. Let's get a check of traffic and weather on the ones. Actually, we want to start with meteorologist Lisa Villegas.
Hey, good morning to you at home. Here's a look at your hour-by-hour forecast. We're going to top out at 97 degrees. Lots of sunshine in store for us, humidity building. And those winds, by the way, continuing to pick up. Not as windy as yesterday, but still a little breezy. Chelsea?
Watching the roadways here, Lisa, mostly looking at construction. 75 northbound and southbound by President George Bush Turnpike looks like this. Various lanes will be closed, even parts of the frontage road next door. Not seeing any big delays right now. 35 East just a little slow. I'll let you know if you're going to need an alternate and how the rest of your commute looks coming up.
Hi, Chelsea, thanks. A plot to kill cops comes unraveled in Louisiana.
More on the massive search to find the last person involved in the alleged plot. And a seemingly harmless spice mixture leaves people sprawled out on the streets of New York. What it is and why police say it's so dangerous.
They're pretty big and they travel in big groups, so to be perfectly honest, I'm surprised they didn't get more of our yard.
Turning up turf and digging up dirt, the nuisance taking over a neighborhood and why the city can't do anything about it next.